Just like that, Kathy Engelbert, the WNBA, the team owners, the Players Association, in the split of an instance, all of it can change. In a split instance, all of it can change. If this injury does anything, it should be a wake-up call to the WNBA.
The WNBA may have just faced a major setback, and they have no one to blame but themselves. Caitlin Clark is expected to be sidelined for at least 2 weeks due to a left quadriceps strain. This marks the first time she's missed a regular season game since her sophomore year in college. Clark, who has been a consistent starter for the Indiana Fever, has played in all 4 games this season, averaging 19 points, 9.3 assists, and 6 rebounds per game. The Fever currently hold a 2-2 record. The team has stated that further updates will be shared after medical staff conduct a re-evaluation. What's truly frustrating is the possibility that this injury may be linked to preseason quad tightness that may not have been fully addressed. Was Clark playing through pain all along while dealing with overly aggressive opponents and a lack of protection from officiating? The timing of this injury couldn't be worse, and it seems the league is already feeling the pressure. Let's all wish Caitlin a speedy and full recovery. Drop a "get well soon" CC in the comments below. Let's go.
Players Association, the team owners, that just like that, all this fanfare, all this interest, all this newfound attention on the league can disappear overnight. Caitlin Clark's out 2 weeks.
Was Caitlin Clark competing on an injured leg all this time while everyone looked the other way? The signs are starting to add up, and it's deeply concerning. During the Indiana Fever's game against the New York Liberty on May 24th, something felt off from the beginning. Clark's shots were consistently falling short, and she appeared to lack the usual explosive energy we come to expect, especially from long-range attempts. But what truly should have sounded the alarm? Video footage showed Clark applying the heat pack to her leg during the game itself. You don't need to be a doctor to understand what that implies. She was likely already experiencing discomfort or pain. The question now is, was this preventable? And why wasn't more attention paid to the early warning signs?
And Clark will miss at least the next 2 weeks with a left quad strain. The Fever are currently 2-2 on the year. Clark has started all 4 games so far and is averaging 19 points, 9.3 assists, and 6 boards per game. The Fever said more updates will be provided after doctors reevaluate her.
Coach Stephanie White acknowledged after receiving the MRI results that she wasn't entirely sure when Caitlin Clark sustained the injury. Let that sink in. The team didn't realize the extent of the issue until they were notified after the game. White commented, "I'm glad that she did, because we need to nip this in the bud," referring to Clark finally expressing her discomfort. That statement speaks volumes. It reveals just how much Clark had been keeping her pain to herself, likely in an effort to stay on the court and support her team.
There is literally footage of Caitlin Clark putting heat compression towards her leg. There is literally footage of her putting heat packs on her leg. There is new footage of her heating up her quad when she's playing.
Let's be real, this wasn't a random injury. Clark missed the preseason opener with left quad tightness, and now she's out again with a quad strain in the same leg. The team says it's unrelated. When the same muscle group gives out twice in one season, that's not coincidence. It's a clear pattern.
I'm at the game. Caitlin Clark does not look right on the sideline. Caitlin Clark is coming out. She has heat compression on her quad. She was playing injured. And ironically, that is probably the best case scenario. That is probably the best thing. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's a bad thing. And trust me on this, it is probably the best case scenario that she's been actually playing through this and she was able to play through this fine.
What makes this situation even more frustrating is the physical toll Clark has endured over the past 2 seasons. Since her rookie year and into this season, she's been consistently hit with aggressive defense, getting grabbed, bumped off screens, and fouled hard, with little response from officials. The contact she absorbs game after game would draw whistles for most players, yet referees have largely turned a blind eye. The lack of protection for one of the league's biggest stars is hard to ignore.
Maybe this will be the wake-up call that the NBA needs to clean up the officiating, to actually show that they appreciate this golden goose that has landed in their lap. that goes by the name of Caitlin Clark. It's been so long where we've just seen this girl getting beat up in games. We see her get grabbed, hacked, bumped into, knocked on the floor. There's never any whistles from her.
Coach White's remark about great players often hiding injuries says it all. Clark likely felt pressure to push through the pain, believing she could handle it like she always has. But this time, her body had other plans. The harsh truth is, she's been playing through discomfort while facing constant physical defense, knowing the officials wouldn't step in to protect her.
What was that play? Oh my god, this is rigged. This is rigged. She got yanked, fell on her hip. That's a hack!
This injury was entirely preventable. With proper rest after her preseason strain, stronger officiating to curb the physical targeting, and better attention from medical staff, this could have been avoided. Instead, everyone looked the other way as the league's most valuable player wore down. Now, the WNBA is living its worst-case scenario, and their sudden panic makes it clear just how much they rely on one player.
Is still resentful of her, it's still jealous of her, and it's still trying to put her in her place and give her nothing, make her earn something that she already earned last year when she put this league on the national map. For the first time ever, it was really and truly on the national.
Within hours of the injury announcement, the WNBA's worst fear became reality. League executives who had been riding the wave of Caitlin Clark's popularity were suddenly confronted with the threat of empty seats and declining viewership. The response was swift and telling. Teams that had invested heavily in Clark's star power were now facing the very real risk of financial fallout.
Caitlin Clark, somebody who was responsible for 26.5% of all WNBA economic activity last season, including revenue from merchandise, ticket sales, and television, is out for a minimum of 2 weeks. Minimum of 2 weeks, more like 4 to 6 weeks. Minimum of 2 weeks, because remember, that's when she gets reevaluated. More like 4 to 6.
The Washington Mystics had already shifted their upcoming game against the Fever to a larger venue in Baltimore, counting on the huge crowds that follow Clark wherever she goes. Now, they're facing refund requests from fans who bought tickets just to see the star player in action. What's truly awkward is having to explain to disappointed fans that the venue upgrade was solely because of one player, and now that player won't be there.
I'm already seeing people saying, I'm taking a break. I'm already seeing people saying, I'll be back in a little bit. These numbers are going to go down. The owners are going to walk into those negotiation rooms feeling themselves. Shout out to Beyonce. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling my... Again, they're lucky this is only a rumored 2 to 4 weeks. Because if the news was the season, people would tune out 100%.
The Chicago Sky took an even bigger risk by moving their Fever game to the United Center, home of the Chicago Bulls. This major venue upgrade was meant to highlight the league's growth and popularity. Instead, it now risks becoming a disaster with thousands of empty seats. Picture the impact of a nearly empty United Center during a nationally televised game. That kind of image can set a league back years.
There is one thing, no doubt, that's about to happen. The WNBA teams that move their games, this is about to be catastrophic for them. And it's kind of fun.
Here's the harsh reality that should concern WNBA executives. Their entire revenue model hinges on a 23-year-old player. The May game between the Fever and the Sky set a new record as the most-watched WNBA broadcast in ESPN history, drawing 2.7 million viewers and peaking at 3.1 million. Those numbers aren't just about love for the league. They're about Caitlin Clark's star power. CBS Sports and other broadcasters are already preparing for a significant ratings drop. Advertisers who pay premium prices for games featuring Clark are likely having some tough conversations with their media buyers right now. The league built its marketing strategy around one player, and now that player is sidelined.
Yep, that's the Baltimore game. I believe that's about a 15,000 seat arena situation. This one's at the United Center in Chicago. Good luck getting anybody there. I mean, seriously.
Attendance projections for the Fever's upcoming road games reveal a stark truth. Without Caitlin Clark, These matchups slip from must-see events back to typical WNBA games with modest crowds. Teams that have planned special promotions and anticipated sellouts are now facing half-empty arenas and disappointed fans. After 26 years, the league finally found its superstar, but neglecting to properly protect her is costing them dearly. The financial scramble behind the scenes highlights just how heavily the WNBA depends on Clark's star power. Yet, while league executives worry about their bottom line, a more troubling issue was unfolding online as news of the injury spread.
Will this be the wake-up call the WNBA needs? Caitlin Clark is out for at least 2 weeks. Now, we are going to see what you guys, not just the Indiana Fever, we're going to see what type of numbers this league can churn over without her.